Christos Anesti. My name is Father George Lamberis from the parish of the Holy Taxiarhai in St. Haralambos Greek Orthodox Church in Niles, Illinois. Paul Tournier, a Swiss physician from the 1900s, once said, "The more we fill our universe with machines, the more important it is that we treat each other as persons." People yearn for a world of love and real human connection, inspiring and encouraging one another. Our Lord did this for so many individuals. He cared for Zacchaeus sitting alone in the tree. He cared for the blind beggar on the side of the road, crying for help, for the thief who was crucified next to him on the cross. And he cared so much for the Samaritan woman whom he met by the well in tomorrow's gospel. In the days of the gospel, a rabbi was not allowed even to greet a woman in public, much less a Samaritan woman with whom the Jews were not on speaking terms. A rabbi to be seen speaking to a woman in public was the end of his reputation. Yet Jesus spoke to this woman. Jesus not only looked past these two social faux pas, but he also dismissed the fact that she was a woman with a bad reputation. Listening to her pour out the sorry story of her life, he offers her the water of life, of which if any man drink, he shall never thirst again. Here's a picture of God making his love for people personal. When a woman touched him in a crowd one day, Jesus asked, "Who touched me?" Yes, Jesus didn't want anyone to get lost in the crowd. He didn't want anyone to be treated impersonally. How much we need to make the love of Christ personal to people today. How can we make this type of love a reality? St. Augustine writes that he became a Christian because of the influence of a person. He says, "That man of God, he received me as a father and showed me kindness. I began to love him at first, not as a teacher of truth, but as a person who was kind to me." That man was Bishop Ambrose, the saint. He made the love of God personal to St. Augustine. A great psychiatrist tells of a woman patient who was in a mental hospital for years and was given up as hopeless. Her new doctor paid attention to her, listened to her attentively, went on walks with her. He showed a deep personal concern for her, and over time, she was released from the hospital to return to her family completely well. We see how healing as a result of deep concern for the patient can become a reality. When the doctor was asked why he cared so much for this person, he said it was because of his personal communion with our Savior. What about in our own homes? Do we make our love for our family members personal? What are some things that we can try to do so our families may see Christ? Perhaps couples can go to dinner alone once a week or every other week so that we can have time to look deeply into each other's souls. We can pray together. We can make time to spend at least 15 minutes visiting one another in depth, listening intently, sharing mutual hopes, talking about struggles, discussing our worries, and praying. We should also be doing the very same with our children and our grandchildren. In this difficult time of quarantine, I want to encourage you to make your relationships personal. Call people who are alone, that don't have anybody. Let them talk and be a great listener. Ask them if there's anything that they may need in this most difficult time. For as in the life of St. Augustine, perhaps you will be someone that will bring others closer to Christ. Christos Anesti, alithos Anesti.